Hey everybody, good morning and good afternoon. How's everybody? Mm. Hold on, we want to say hello, Kathy, Kevin, and Danielle. Thank you, greetings, everyone. Daniel, is it Daniel? I'm the worst with spelling and names, guys. I'm a functioning um, illiterate. Today we're going to talk about me and Adam Savage. Now here's the thing. I met Adam. I'd say D is here. Oh, Becky, what's up? Mm. It all started. It's Silicon. I met Adam at Silicon. It was a convention that I think he was attending. I think it was a thing that he was going to probably possibly run, but I think when he got it, I think it was not as organized as he would like it to be. I think it was kind of a mess. So instead of trying to, I think it was a lot of I don't know the details. I just know wasn't 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 that well run. Because I've gone to a lot of cons, and I don't expect everything to run perfectly, but some foundation of something. Amazing Blind Magician. Hey, love your channel. Hey, thank you, Amazing Blind Magician. Yeah, really quickly, guys. I'm just talking about. And thanks, hey, Amazing Blind. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you. What it was Silicon. I went, and Adam Savage was going to be there. And normally, I have an appearance fee. I show up, I bring all my wares, and I have like a fee I offer because 3 days I'm gone from my home. I set up a booth. I travel. So what they do is as long as they provide me a flight, food, and an appearance fee, I show up, I bring it, I'll do what they want me to do, judge costume contest, whatever. So, particularly this one, they were like, well, we can't really, we're not really paying fees. We'll give you a table and a booth and we'll fly you out. But I'm like, oh, but the reason that Adam Savage is going to be there, I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So I got there, and my plan was when I get there, I wanted to give him a space helmet. I built a space helmet for our friend's film. I was really proud of it. I really was happy how it turned out. So I wanted to give one to Adam, and I was able to do that. And it made quite an impression on him, so much that he made a video about getting the helmet. It was wonderful. And he, at the time, he invited me because, Ted, you got to come out to the cave sometime. I'm like, oh my God, I would love that. And so I talked to his manager and part of his team to set this thing up. And again, that took, in between my schedule, it took about a year to get it to come together. And all that time, when we were talking to each other, when we were getting closer, they came back around and said, hey, Ted, look, how about this, this and that. So we were going back and forth. And it was like August. I'm like, that'd be great because I'm not working. It'd be wonderful. I could just drive out on my leisure, take my time. Because he's in San Francisco, I'm in Los Angeles, so it'd be nice just to load the car up and make a road trip out of it. And then all of a sudden, I got a job, and I took it. So I was on a job making a costume for a celebrity, and then that job was about to wrap up, and then another job came up, and I was of course needed a job, so I took it. And so I was right in the middle of starting a new job. I set the date to meet Mr. Savage at his cave. And so we literally had to go from no more driving. We had to get tickets, we had to get flights. So it was a mess. So anyway, I had to pack all my stuff up and jump in. What we did was we flew out and did a show and tell. I brought some of my favorite pieces and we talked about them. And of course, we shot it and it'll all be untested. It was a great time. I did bring all my alien stuff, my flamethrower, my helmet, and he really dug it. He was really impressed with the helmet, and the weapons all being on foam, and just the quality of it and my technique. And then we proceeded to. I brought my Akira laser rifle, which I'm happy to say, as soon as he saw it, he knew what it was. He's like, "Is that Kaneda's laser rifle from Akira?" I was like, "Yes, it is." Or is it Tetsuo? Tetsuo? No, it's Kaneda. And he always goes, "Hey, Mr. Hey, Dr. Sci-Fi. Good morning, Ted. So cool you got to do a show and tell with Adam." Yeah, it was awesome. It really was. And I cannot tell you enough about the cave. It is every maker's dream. Now I don't know how long he's had that space, but it's towering. It's got it all set up to where he knows where everything's at, and it's just full of so much stuff that people have given him, and he's collected, and it's just packed. And it's a point to where I don't know where he keeps. It's like, where do you keep all that stuff? It's insane. I only saw, I think, a fraction of the shop, but it was. Oh, Becky. Oh my God, it's amazing. At the point to where, like, I rent. That's one thing I remind myself all the time. Is I rent out of this place, and I've done enough work on this place as it is. There's definitely some more work I want to do to make it a little bit more set shop friendly. But Adam does what I used to do, and I can't afford to do anymore. Is that when you find something like little like lenses or cast pieces or something, or you're shopping like ooh, and instead of buying 2 or 3, you buy, because you know that if you don't get them now, you're never going to see them again. So Adam and I, he would talk about how he'd find stuff and buy a bunch of it and put it in storage containers. I'm like, oh my God, I do the same thing. Except I had to purge a lot of that stuff when I got married. But I still have things I have things like detail pieces and lenses and clear pieces. So I'm trying to make categories, and I'm just realizing I have to start. His setup was so fantastic. Everything you could possibly want, he had, and was all packed away. And he had little storage bins. It just was so spectacular. Man, the damage I could do in that shop would be amazing. We talked about COVID, and he said how much he loved it. He's like, "Oh yeah, COVID, the best time of my life." He's like, "I didn't have to do anything but stay in this shop and build. Go to the park with my dog, and there was nobody there." Like, he just loved it. Loved it. I said, yeah, I did too, but it affected me differently because I had a family we're trying to take care of. But Masato K, what's up? Good to see you, sir. How you doing? Did I say it right? Masato? Masato? Ah. Again, I'm great with foam, but bad with names. Thanks for hanging out today, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, of course, I got a bunch of swag, a bunch of stickers and stuff, and I left him some T-shirts and some stuff I had. But it was everything I wanted to be. I met him, but the high point of this entire story is that we agreed. Perfect. Okay, thank you. We agreed we're going to do a project together. There's something, I don't want to go into details, but because I want to keep it as a surprise. But it's something he wants to build, and I know he struggled with like how he's going to go about doing it. And I, a while back, offered him. I think it was on social media. I said, "Hey, man, you ever need help with that? I would highly recommend making that out of foam." And he was like, And then so when we were there, he was like, "Hey." I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we're going to talk. He's got pictures of what he wants to build. He's going to send it to me. And oh, I have a small piece of his. Okay, oh, what do you got? Yeah, he's like, "Just heads up, I'm almost done with my Toso cyborg arm and part of my cyber demon Slayer mashup I'm working on. Oh, fantastic. No, excellent. Because film's the best, right, Becky? It is. It's what I mean. Granted, what he wants to do is that how they did for the show is like they was sculpted and they made fiberglass molds, and to make something that big, it's just daunting and also expensive. You are the king of foam. Yeah, it's my favorite medium. I won't lie. But you know something was interesting? Adam saw it and he was like, he was looking and goes, you was asking me about how I went about building it, and it's very much like carpentry, and working with plastics. You stack. You decide what thicknesses, and you make a box and you pattern it out and you learn how to add on and build from there. So yeah, it's pretty funny. I've not been in the cave yet, but I've got to meet Adam at Silicon a few years back, and he introduced me to the introduced him to my BD puppet. Never met a more genuinely, oh yes, kind maker individual besides yourself. Oh, thank you. No, guys, he's Dr. Sci-Fi. You're right. He's just genuinely a really sweet guy. And the thing is, he's just as you and I. He's just fanatical about what he does. He spots good craftsmanship. He likes ideas. It's just, yeah. No, it's super cool. And Dr. Sci-Fi, I'm so glad you got to meet him. Yeah, he does not disappoint. Oh, my son stood next to Adam for a half an hour trying to show him my Doom relevant on his phone, but then Adam had to go. My son was sad. Yeah, it's mostly wait, hold on. I got to show you a picture of my phone. That's why people, you got to make folders so you can get to access things quickly. Just go to your folders and grab. I got to learn how to. I have some folders, but I have trouble accessing them sometimes. Like instead of going through all your pictures, you just have folders on your phone. You can access to your folder. Because I want to start putting my builds in folders so I can show somebody a build, opposed to scrolling through all my phones. It gets to a point when I'm working on a job or a project, and I photograph it. When the job's over, I hook my phone up to my computer and I make a folder, and everything from that project or that production or that show, I drag in one folder. I take it all off my phone, because after a while you can have tons and tons because I travel and go to conventions, so I want to have my phone free so I can take a lot of pictures and store it all up. So when I do stuff, I always like to, and then if there's stuff I just finished up on, then I'm going to double check. I have stuff on my phone I'm going to delete because it's on my, I load my phone up, so I got to keep it clean, get stuff off it. Oh crap. Oh, at Twitch, I spent a long back time. The guy just realized something. I didn't start Twitch. Hold on, guys. Let me see if we can switch over to Twitch real quick. Every time I stream, I forget to switch Twitch on. Hold on. Let me go to my... Hold on, guys. Stand by for a second. I'm going to... Hold on. Wait, that's not it. Hold on, guys. I'm going to analytics settings, stream manager. There you go. All right. All right, got it. I updated it. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. What I do is I had to switch over to Twitch really quickly. If you are watching on Twitch, you're live on Twitch. Yes, Becky, I forgot to do that. Now I'm streaming live on Twitch, and I had to change the title of what it was about, so it didn't confuse people. I started with Plastic Dip. Yeah, Plastic Dip. Yeah. Oh, is somebody having problems with Plastic Dip? Yeah, you always want to heat up your Plastic Dip. I know it sounds crazy, but he's absolutely right. I always like to put it, get like a bucket of water and fill it up with hot tap water and set the can of Plastic Dip, put a rock on it or something like that, or put a brick, or just hold on to water for 10 minutes. So when the Plastic Dip is warm, it comes out like spray paint. Oh yes, definitely want to wear a respirator. And also, I like to brush a really thin layer of Mod Podge on top of the foam, so the Plastic Dip doesn't soak into the foam. It kind of skins on the surface quicker. Hunter Crew Adventures says, Ted, we're glad to have the opportunity to meet you at Adams. We were glad to have the opportunity to meet Adam Savage, meeting the other artists and creators in a personal environment, allowing to expand techniques. Yes, it's wonderful. That was the thing that was so great about. I met him briefly at Silicon, but we had such a window because he had his booth and I had my booth, and we couldn't talk that long. And it's all I wanted to do was have just some quality time with a guy to sit down and talk shop. And it was so great to finally sit and just talk about what we do in the industry. And we were very much alike when it came to the movie industry. It was very funny. Until we were talking about what to do to make paint flexible for foam. Oh, what to make, again, what to make paint flexible for foam. Acrylic paints. Acrylic paints are far more flexible than most paints. If you put it on too thick, it will crack. It's good to find professional. This is why Plat Effects, it breaks my heart. They make great paints, and people didn't really understand how to work with them. I don't think they educated people enough about their paints or market them well, so now they're pulling them off the shelves because there's not selling enough of them. And also, they are a little pricey, but I did like them because when they dried, they were really flexible. But I found that acrylic paint is the best for me when it came to anything being flexible. But the best, when I do, now with softer foams, it's tricky. But for EVA foam and foam like that, like armor stuff, it's always good. I like using Rust-Oleum 2X paints. They're my favorites. Pretty Boy, Dulumacy, it's a lot. Says, hi Ted, I love your work. Big fan, thank you so much. And hey, thanks for hanging out with us today. And if you have not subscribed, that would be awesome. You guys, do not forget, hold on, to like and subscribe. See, it's my graphics. It's my cool graphics. I was wondering about painting and finishing to use the paint doesn't crack when squished. Yeah, there is there's different, I mean, it depends how squishy you want it. There's flexible, like all my stuff is flexible, but you can't squish it because it'll crack. Like if you want like foam joints and foam rubber, like something like that, this gets a little more elaborate. You can definitely, I would usually pigment the latex. Like if your foam parts and you have some color and you want to do that. Oof, excuse me. But I always try not to squish like all my stuff. Like it's pretty durable. I mean, if you squish it, it will definitely crack over time. But Becky says if you need more flexibility for acrylic paint, you can add fabric medium to it. Add a fabric medium. What, Becky? Go on. I'm intrigued. What do you mean by fabric? Is it a fabric medium you can get off the shelf? Has a particular name. Oh, it's called textile medium. Textile medium? Wow, Beck. Let's talk about that. It's interesting. I did not know that. Yeah, because I never had anything that's that flexible. I've always It's semi-flexible. I never really need anything that flexible before, but I'll definitely. I'll look into that. Mm. Oh, let's see. I'll send you a product link. Thanks, Beck. Hey guys, really quickly, if you guys are watching this on Twitch, live on Twitch, you can come over. I don't have the chat open on Twitch. I have my YouTube channel I'm streaming from as well, has my chat open. So if you guys have any questions or to engage with other people here in chat, you can come over here on YouTube on the Evil Ted channel. Well, have everybody's attention. If you're new to cosplay or a little intimidating when you get started, you don't know where to start. Wait a minute, that's not the right link. Hold on. Sorry guys, I have the wrong link here. I thought I had it before. Sorry people, I am multitasking at the same time. There it is, I got it. Hey Kevin, thank you so much for the $5 donation. What did cave smell like? It smelled like a shop. It didn't smell like... Interesting enough is that he has an office and then he has his shop, and it just was, everything was everywhere. I love the fact that he had so much stuff on every nook and cranny. I will be posting pictures later. I have a Patreon, if you guys do not know. So I'm trying to make things for my Patreons. So I have all my Adam Savage pictures, and I post them there first on my Patreon. And I'm going to start adding more. So I'm going to start making some little video insights and clips and things. Could you dye white foam? Oh my God, yes. Yes, you can dye foam. You can dye it with RIT dye. I dyed foam before. You can use RIT dye. You have to understand that you're going to need a big bucket, and you have to be able to submerge the foam into it and rinse it out. But you can totally dye foam. Yes. Oh, great, sure. Thank you. I love this game. It was a game in the 80s, and I played the crap out of it. And I think I left it with somebody, or I left it with a family, and now I was happy to find that there's still Dark Tower groups that have the game, and there's guys who make, if you have a Dark Tower game and it broke, there's guys out there that make 3D printed parts you can use to repair your game. That's how hardcore this game is. So awesome. I haven't played it in years. And there was a Kickstarter where these guys are like, hey, we're remaking Dark Tower, and but they took the concept of the game and then changed it enough to where you put it on your phone or on your app, and I'm like, that's not what I wanted. I was like, that's not Dark Tower. It's like, I like the simplicity of the game and how it worked. Reeve Adley says, two of my most favorite persons in the proper. Well, thank you so much. It was a blast to hang with them. It really was. And it was genuinely nice just to talk shop. And that's what we did. We just talked about materials and supplies, where to get things. And he had some insight on things I'm definitely going to talk to him more about in the future. That's super cool. Oh, what would die at first, then he'd still... Well, the thing is, are you talking about... I'm thinking upholstery foam. When you say dyeing foam, I think upholstery foam. There's two different foams. I thought we were talking about something soft and squishy. I think you were thinking about upholstery foam. But if you're talking about EVA foam, then no, I would seal it and paint it. I wouldn't try to dye that. That's too dense. It might get stained, but it wouldn't dye the color you'd like it. Upholstery foam you can dye. I thought you were talking about upholstery foam. EVA foam, no. EVA foam, I'd seal it and paint it. That's right. I'm sorry. Masato, okay. Yeah, I was thinking about upholstery foam. You could definitely dye upholstery foam, but not. What does cave smell like? Oh, you people. Does anybody have any questions, guys? Let me see. There's my assistant Peter was with me on this trip, and he got some really nice photos of me in the shop. Um, Let me see if I can find. I was just happy that he's an Aliens fan like myself, and one thing that he had, Terry English, the armor, the guy that made the armor for the movie Aliens. Uh, Adam commissioned him to make him a suit of armor, so he had armor out of aluminum, like the guys did in the movie. It's insane. He had like, um, oh, are you kidding me? You know what's so funny is Pete was, yeah, he fangirled a little bit. We all did. The thing was interesting is that Pete told a story. I did not know that apparently Pete was really young. I know he's like in his early teens or something like that. And his dad bought him a ticket to go see the Mythbusters at a college event. And the Mythbusters were there. It was basically like a tour of them plugging the show. They'd show clips from the show, and then they would take questions from the live audience. And a very young Peter asked Adam Savage, how do you get into it? You know, how do you guys get into where you are at today in this line of work? And Adam said, which I like to preach all the time, you start by doing. It's like, don't wait, just start doing it. Start making stuff, put yourself out there, just start trying things and getting your hands dirty and just start learning and building. And he took it to heart. He goes, and Peter turns out, I'm now Ted's personal assistant. Get out there, I'm building, and I'm traveling and going to cons, like. But it was, yeah, so Pete got to say, hey, you really made an impact on me. And Adam was like, oh my God, that's great. Because, yeah, we used to tour. And so, yeah, so Pete was there. And so we're talking years later, he finally got to sit down and tell Adam thank you for that. It was awesome. Which I looked at Pete and said, I did not know that story. Your smartphone is, oh, yes. Yes. Yes, it is. You know why? Because I used to be all cool, like, yeah, I'm gonna get a black case, and after a while I'm like, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Oh, there it is. So after a while I'm like, screw this, I want it bright. I want my phone bright. So I went on the website, and the only thing they had were like tan or gray, or like it's darker. I was like, no, give me pink. I want something to stand out. So yes, that's thank you, my pink phone. My kid was in a happy space next to the meter. It looks girly. What? Are you sex shaming me? It looks girly. Have you seen my hair dryer? Speaking of girly, hold on. Here's my hair dryer. Just like my phone, baby. Pink. Pink tools do not get stolen, and Becky is correct. Nobody's going to steal anything pink. It was so funny. If I had time, I know back in the days, when I was a model maker working in the industry, people would steal tools left and right all the time. And we were in a shop. When you showed up with your tools. And so people, hey man, can I borrow this really quick? I'm like, yeah, but don't walk far from my desk with it. So, and after a while, so you start picking a color to paint your tools. I forgot somebody had yellow, like somebody painted or something. I thought, what a great idea. And so I started painting my tools too. I remember I started picking a color. And I didn't think about it. I should have painted them pink. Pink would have been awesome. Yeah, you just want to because you just need something to because everybody buys, because it's Craft Master. You buy the same thing. There's this big argument about whose wrench is whose wrench. And so I learned that really quickly. So we used to start painting tools. So. Oh, I loved your lives at the cantina. I did too. I think we did it for a couple of months in a row, and then kind of dropped off. I think JC got a little overwhelmed because he's when we were doing that Scum and Villainy, when we were doing the workshops, it was me and him, and so we would coordinate. Then he would buy the foam. I would bring like the patterns, and he had the tools and all that stuff in the foam. So it got to a point where when we were doing it once a month, it seemed like a decent amount of time. But then it seemed like a couple weeks, and we were doing it again and again. So it got to be a point in between everything else. I think it got to be a bit too much to juggle. I think when we were doing it once a month. I think we'll definitely bring it back someday. I think we'll just schedule it maybe like every 2 months. Or I still like to do it again. I just think we'd have to do it like, because I know he's right. He's just trying to run a bar. Because I know his dream, JC said he wants to hone some management to run the place so well without him that he can start focusing on other things. But when you're running a bar and it's your business and you have a partner and you're the second, you're running this business. Yeah, it's a lot. So he's great. I like his stuff. We're definitely Bridgeport. I love the shipping Eddie Bridgeport though. Bridgeport. What's this? I want Adams Bridgeport. What do you mean by Bridgeport? Oh yeah, he does. Yes, he does. He does exactly right. He does Kevin Smith's podcast. Right, exactly. He runs a bar, try to do that and run Kevin Smith's podcast. Put it all together. He he edits it. Yeah, it's a lot, dude. It's a million. Million Machine. Okay, yes. That now I get you. Okay, yeah, because Adam's a machinist. That I understand. Mm. That he is. It's a huge milling machine Adam has. Yeah, that's the thing that I don't. I worked with guys I have a general understanding of machining, but there's people who are machinists that can make, measure, and it's impressive. And that's one thing that I lack. I'm not a machinist, but and I do have. Anyway, I have a 3D. Anyway, I had a 3D printer. I gave it to Peter, and then JC gave me a printer, and then I was talking to one of my 3D printer friends about it. They're like, it's not the best, but at a point where I'm just not ready for 3D printing because I think Adam said the best when we're in the shop. 3D printers are not the cure-all for anything. You have to be a 3D printer nerd to get a 3D printer because you have to have because to me right now a 3D printer is another project that you have to crack. You have to set on the table. You have to adjust the levels. Oh, the print's not working. Oh wait, it didn't work. Why did it work? You have to re-engineer what you did to figure out what went wrong. I'm like, I didn't got the time for that. I need a tool, not another project. So I got this thing, and now I just want to get rid of it. It's taking up real estate, so I'm probably going to ask some friends if anybody wants to come and get it, because I could put like a little chop saw. I like a little table saw. It's one thing I really like to get. But if I do that, I got to hook up a vacuum cleaner to it. But a little table, small tabletop table saw would be awesome. That I would love to have. I could do a lot with that. Yes, I bet Becky, but he would. What's the next big project? It's funny. I realized when I was there, I brought a costume. I brought a whole bunch of things, and what happened was we ran tight on time, so I couldn't put the costume on. So I pulled down the table. We talked about it, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is great." And I think I could have jumped in it quicker, and they thought I was, but they're like, "Don't do it." Just so I realized I haven't made a costume in a long, long time. I've made props and helmets and gadgets and things, but I've never made a full-blown costume. So I made my space helmet. I started, and the whole part of that helmet was I want to build a spacesuit to go with that helmet. So eventually, my next big project is to start making a backpack, like making a helmet. And of course, when I go to make it, I'll make it into a pattern, and of course, make it available on my site. The thing is coming up right now is we're doing the Mega Man helmet, and again, I was frantically building stuff for Anime Los Angeles, and if you guys have not heard yet, I'm sorry to say, and I'll also do another. I'll have to do more of a post about that so people don't. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to attend Anime Los Angeles this year. I started building stuff for the giveaway. I do a giveaway every year at my booth. I do 3 items, and you do a raffle. And unfortunately, this job I'm on, I just started a job, which I'm excited about. I can't go into details of what I'm working on, all NDA, non-disclosure agreements. I can't talk about it, but I'm building stuff, and it's going to bleed into January of next year, mid-January, and I'll be working, and I won't be able to go to the con. So, it breaks my heart. So, because I love that con so much, and so I'm going to make a video about that again today. So I'm working on that, and once I'm done with that, I'm going to start working. But Becky, Adam and I are going to do a project together. We talked about it. I know he has something he wants to build, and I pitched him on the whole concept of being foam, and he's like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we're going to definitely do that. So when I get you on the phone, I'll tell you all about it. A little private conversation. I'll tell you. Yeah, I do. I love Anime LA too. I always tell people, here's the thing that's weird. Like, I think the convention's been spectacular. I think it's a weird time of the year because they have it like mid-January, like right in the beginning, like second week of January, if not almost the first week or second week of January, and it's like it's right after Christmas. Everybody's kind of financially tapped out. It's like it's the beginning of the new year, but the crowds are great. The kids are awesome. Everybody brings their A game. They all dress up. All the anime stuff. And what they do at Anime Los Angeles I really like is the way they set up their convention center is there's space between the booths. You know, the cons, when you're trying to walk down a booth to see something, and it's just this. So if you stop at a booth to look at something, it causes a traffic jam because they have it packed so tight, you just can't move. They don't do that at Anime LA. They keep it really wide. All the aisles are wide. So you're able to move around freely and get around. And there's all these events during the day and the night. There's nighttime events, there's gaming, there's karaoke, there's like a burlesque show. It's like, it's off the hook. And they bring it. And it's like, every time the evening, because I'm working. So they're like, hey, Ted, the nighttime activity. I'm like, oh, no. I go to sleep because I'm on my feet all day long working. But it's a great con. It really is, and it's getting bigger, and it's getting a little bigger every year. And I really like promoting it. And as a matter of fact, I have to promote it again today to let people know if you have not gone. It's definitely awesome. I have less than a month until I go to Comic-Con event this fall. Better get ready, Kathy. Burlesque, yeah, Kathy, it's insane. They do. They have a burlesque show. Well, also too, that's why it's after hours because it's age restricted and stuff. But yeah, full blown, like a burlesque show. And I think it's like Cosplay Deviants or something does it. I don't know, but I heard about it but never seen it because I'm that burlesque. Yeah. No, there's no Evil Ted burlesque. There's just burlesque. I'm asleep by then. I'm done. Every time I work cons, I enjoy it, but when it's over, I have a drink, I lay down, and I pass out. But it's been a spectacular getting ready for cons. I'm in talks right now. I have 2 cons. Coming up. We have not worked out the details yet, but one's in Florida. And I have a lot of great Florida cosplayers out there. I can't say what it is yet. I haven't locked down. We're still working on the details. Oh my God, Empire Strips Back, dude! I want to see that so bad. I've heard nothing but great things about it, and every time I see pictures from it, it looks like they're embellishing on it and building more to it, like it's getting more polished, and they're I think they're getting more popular, raising some more money, and getting more because the costumes look great. like all the sexy stormtrooper costumes. Like, it's just they're really going nuts. I think it's wonderful. Yeah, people say it's an awesome show. I've heard a lot about it. Man, guys, your obsession with me and burlesque. Why they say I'm not. I don't feel comfortable. I feel completely uncomfortable. But if you guys are watching this on Twitch, my chat is open over on my YouTube channel, the Evil Ted channel. If you guys want to have any comments, want to come in and chat, it'd be great. If anybody has any questions, please pop in, say hi. This is a low-key day. I just got back from San Francisco doing being on Adam Savage's Tested show. We shot 1, 2, 3. I think 3 episodes, because they break it up. They break it up different episodes. So yeah. Oh, what am I doing for Halloween? We're just gonna walk around. There was a party last night. I wanted to go, but I was just too tired. My friends have like these little drive-in things they do. But I think the kids and I, we're just going to walk around the neighborhood. Oh, no, I'm going to the Queen Mary is what I'm doing. Which reminds me, I need to, what the hell? Sorry. My friend's asking me if I'm streaming today. Yes. I need to buy lunch at the best sandwich place next time you're. Oh, I need to buy you lunch at the best sandwich place next time you're up. Haha. Now I'm curious. What's the best sandwich place? Yeah, my friend Tom is throwing something. My friends and his girlfriend are like throwing a little group together. It's like, hey, let's all go together. And I thought, okay, I'll do that. Sounds like a great idea. So it's just a haunted maze thing we're doing together. I think is all it is. I got to see if any of the casinos are giving away money for a Halloween. Oh, there you go, Becky. When I was very young, back in St. Louis, my friends was Earl and Kevin, and they built these giant foam tomatoes. They were the Killer Tomatoes, and they literally matched like the cover. Remember the silly movie, The Killer Tomatoes, and it was just a silly B movie, and so they foam fabricated these giant tomatoes with mouths on them and eyes, like right out, like just like from the poster. And that year, they would literally run from one bar to the next, like winning. Hey, the modifier, there you are. Yeah, they would run around, and I think they won a couple of nights. They were like, they bounced, because certain, like some people had different nights, like so they were hitting, like every night they'd go and they would win. They'd show up, and they were falling. They'd squeeze in the bar and jump on stage, and people would go nuts. You know, it was a gag. It was very funny, and they cleaned up for a while. But it remember sticking in my head that, like, oh, that's cool. And they're like, we're going. I'm like, where are you guys going? Oh, we're going to the bar. I'm like, what? It's just this weird thing of like considering that a way to make money was pretty absurd for me as a kid. Like, we're here at the bar having a good time, just staying, hang out, and have drinks. Like, no, there's another bar across the street. We have another hour to get their costume contest. So. But there was a bar, they got that, and this girl dressed as Cyndi Lauper won. And they're like, dude, our costume was better. Doesn't matter. She's popular. She looked like her. She had the outfit on. Didn't matter. Like, that's what you guys get for trying to do a cash grab. When it comes to mashups, add your elements of your favorite shows, video games, books, series, or anything else. Yep, I love it. The Joker and the Red Lantern. Pooh, nothing for costumes. Just slot. Yeah, right, Becky? It's casinos. What do you want? Oh, it says it's the TJ Cafe out by Shuto Pass. And there's a Tommy's joint. I love Tommy's too. Yeah. Where are you? Were you? Macento K. Are you San Francisco? Are you San Francisco based or LA based? You're talking about LA, right? You're a LA based guy, right? If there was a weekend, there might be a costume event. Okay. But yeah, I don't really have any big plans for Halloween. It's funny because I dress up all the time now, so it's not that big of an event. But I do, I definitely realized with my alien egg costume. Oh! That's it. I can't believe I forgot that. When I was on Adam's show, Tested, I brought my alien stuff, but I brought my alien egg costume. And Norm told me, hey, Ted, don't show Adam. Let's surprise him. I'm like, oh, okay, totally. So what it was is that we were getting ready to go, and we brought all the stuff up, and we had it tucked in the corner. And I said, I have showed him all the stuff, and he looked at everything, and he was about to wrap up the video. I said, oh, well, I have one more costume thing I want to show you, but you have to turn around. He went, okay, so he turned his back, and I slipped it on, and did the whole alien egg thing. It was like... And it literally got him. It scared him. It was awesome. People, I'm talking about my alien egg costumes, that an egg with a fake arm, and I hold it, and my hand is the face hugger. So, oh, I'm in. Come on, buddy. Okay, I understand. All right, Cabrillo, but you go up to the city. I understand. I understand. Whew, yeah, it was. Oh God, I'm starting to wake up now. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna do this for like I started at 9. Yeah, we're gonna go till 10 o'clock. Gonna do like an hour. I usually do 2 hours if I'm building something. Oh, you know what the irony is? Because when we started and I was making this. Here, I'll show you guys real quickly. I was making this corpse. Remember that, guys? The scary corpse. Let's bring over here. I was bringing this guy, and I brought him back. I started this a year ago, and then I started him, but then I ended up having to stop because I got a job a year ago. So I thought that's okay. So now time's passed. I said, well, let's bring him back and finish him. Right, so I started making a video on my live streams to start finishing this guy up. So I ended up doing the teeth, and the eyes of clay, and then guess what happened? I got a job again. So I literally, the same thing happened. I had to stop on this build because I got a job. So ever gonna finish this thing? But I am definitely going to. I have some more tissue paper, and I found the rubber latex I mixed for this, so the color will match. So I'm going to actually take tissue paper. I'm going to go around the eyes with tissue paper and kind of match the texture a little bit more, and maybe add some more lips to him, and then on his fingertips and whatnot, and call it done. And give him a paint job. But the cool thing about it is I actually had a plastic neck. They had just a rigid head. It drove me nuts. So I rigged it to where you could actually position his head. So you can kind of put him in so when you pose the body, you can put the head in the position. So if you need a job to start working on a project, yep, that happens. Like, I started doing this, and I was going to finish it up for Halloween, and then I had a job come up. Oops. And as a matter of fact, I am working today from home. So a part of the thing I'm working on, I was gone. I had to leave. My boss was nice enough to let me take 2 days. I took Thursday and Friday to go see Adam Savage and then come back. And we're rushing to get something done. We're making a prototype for the show, and they want to see a test. So I realized, he said, we're going to lose you for 2 days. I said, well, how about this? I'll work when I get home on Saturday and Sunday. And he said, he totally agreed to it. So I started yesterday, and so I got to get back to it today. So I'm going to stream till just till 10 today, guys. And after that, I have to get back to work on the thing I'm working on. So. Yeah, the coffee is kicking in now. But, whew, jobs are good. Yeah, amen, brother. They are good. I'm not kidding you. It was tight. It's because now they're slowly. Here's the funny thing: is that when I started working, I agreed to a job. Then my friend called me for another job, and I said yes. I can at least give you a couple of weeks. And then, right in the middle of both those jobs, I had another call. I almost had 2 calls for a job. I'm like, what? So I'm like, literally, when it support, like people are calling me. I have one job, and it's 4-hour part-time one. Well, man, trust me, hang on to that job, enjoy it, because in the industry, working in the movie industry, entertainment. Oh, let me rephrase that. The entertainment industry, it's really, really dry, and it's slowly picking up, just a little bit. It's starting to, but I'm happy that my friend Jason over at Autonomous Effects, their shop is picking, because he has a big shop and is a group of talented people, and they're a Emmy award-winning makeup shop. These guys do killer stuff, and there was a time where he had to close his doors because there's no work, and now it's picking. So when I went back to his shop to help out, there's people there working. It made me feel so much better. I'm like, oh, thank God, his shop is up and running again, because it just was scary. Yeah, it's feast or famine, Kathy. You're right. It's crazy, but this is the worst dry spell it has been in years, and a lot of people are like already losing. Are you a SAG member? I used to be a long time ago, in my early days, in my 20s, but then after a while I just stopped. I got out of it because I wasn't working enough to make it worth my while. So, not now. A million years ago I was. But not anymore, Kevin. All gone. But I'm trying to think of anything else. But yeah, but it was cool. Adam really dug the alien egg thing. Oh, if I wanted to spend thousands of dollars, once in SAG, can you just rejoin? Because they have fees, just like any union, and they're like, oh, well, you stopped being in the union like what, back in late 90s? Now it's just, we want that money back. You're like, well, I wasn't working. Well, if you want to get back in, you got to pay like $4,000. Yeah, trust me, it's ridiculous. It's too much money. So yeah, you can definitely get back in, Becky. You just got to pay, and it does. And like, so I'm going to pay more money to get in than the job I'm working on would even pay. It wouldn't even pay back. Like if you got in the union to get on a show to be SAG, then you get your SAG dues. The dues you make, the SAG money you'd be making on the show wouldn't pay for the dues you paid. So it's oxymoron. It doesn't really pan out. Oh no, true. No, Becky. I think it's a great question. Sounds like a racket. Everything's just unions need money to run. It's a double-edged sword because I understand why unions exist, like Starbucks and all these places. It's and Chipotle and all these guys and people. These kids getting worked and these guys make billions of dollars. But I didn't realize there's a big thing with Harbor Freight right now. Like Harbor Freight doesn't pay their employees crap, and they want money increased. But yet the guy who runs Harbor Freight's got like $200-300 million yachts. Not one, but 2 of them. And you can just like, dude, when you make that much money and you're trying to tell me you can't pay your employees, and that's the thing about getting rich in this industry. It's not about being smart and savvy. It's about getting that rich is you're exploiting a system where you pay people less for their work. It's basically you're just ripping people off. You're getting rich by exploiting people and not paying them what they're worth, and that's how you get rich. Not paying people their fair share, and you pocket the money. That's how you become rich. It's not about making a good product or making something decent. It's about screwing people, and that's how people like billionaires. And there's apparently there's supposed to be laws and restrictions for that, but there isn't. People just can screw you over, and it's like the fact that they stormed and tried to get Starbucks to go union, and the guy is still not paying the fees, and they're just sweating people out. It's like, where's the law to say, hey, you can't do that? Like, if people unionize and say we want to go union, and they do it, and you're like, oh yeah, we'll do it, and then they just don't do it. That's what's going on with Starbucks. There's a couple Starbucks in New York that went union, but again, like I said, not everything has to be union. There's some places where it is needed, and there's places that it's not needed. Like, In-N-Out kills it. They are killing it. They had this forced in California the price increases to pay their workers. They're already paying their workers well, but they raised it to $20 to $25 an hour. All fast food chains. Everybody's screaming and bitching. Oh, we're gonna lose our back end, and we're gonna have to close down stores. And it's all bullshit because In-N-Out took the pay raise, gave the pay raise to the employees, and maybe a couple cents different on the food, and that was it. The food's still cheap, and they still deliver great food, great price, and fast. So it's like they're able to do it. Like, yeah, it's just bullshit. Sorry. Don't want to get on this rant. Oh, the guy that runs Harbor Freight leverages the capital for the company. I was on a cruise. We saw the Harbor Freight yachts at a helicopter on the back. Yeah, just like, what's that, Wolf of Wall Street? The phone union. The phone fanatics 302. Ah, Kathy, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Oh yeah, no, dude. Unions, man. When you're a laborer, like I tell you, the biggest one was the docker, the union dockers, the dock workers, the guys that unload the containers and stuff off the truck. Like they're like, hey man, we want our fair share and our pensions, and they held them up, and they're negotiating right now, and the guys are like, no, get back to work, and they shut it down. They stopped. Like, it brought the America economy to a halt. That's a power move, dude. That's a union dock worker saying, oh yeah, you don't take us seriously? Watch this. And they shut it down, and that was awesome. Freaked out, and everybody's waiting for the President Biden to step in. He's like, no, I'm not stepping in. Because he already screwed up with that train union strike thing. That's another story. All right, anyway, but guys, this has been wonderful. I'm sorry, but don't worry. Next week I'll be getting back. I'm going to try to come up with something to be building next week. Going to get back to why I started this YouTube channel, is to teach people to craft and build and not so much babble, which I can do all the time anyway, very easily. So everybody, guys watching this on Twitch, thank you so much. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Hit that comments. Hit that bell. Leave thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you like making and cosplay stuff and how to craft with foam, I am your guy. So please hit the channel, subscribe. Go to my website, eviltedsmith.com. You'll have numerous patterns. And also hit my supply list on my shop. There's things you can buy to add to your cosplay building needs. And by doing that, shopping through those links helps me get a little kickback, with no extra cost to you. Gets me points, makes money to keep this creative machine going. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. All right, now I'll have to shower. That's right. I have to get back to work. See you guys. Take care.